people also want to know, if you want a career in cybersecurity, should you go for a more wider scope degree like computer science, or should you go for cybersecurity right off the bat? What's your opinion on that?
So I look at it like if you're doing a bachelor's, let's say in science of STEM, right? Whether it's computer science,
Mm-hmm.
web development. I've seen some for cybersecurity. I've seen some for computer network security. Network engineering, right? As long as it's in a STEM area and like it's a focus on like something that involves with computers.
Yeah.
I don't. After that, like as long as you have a degree in that, I know that you've done the education, you've worked hard for it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to be applying for a specific job, right, that goes into an area, let's say, being a pen tester, or the offensive side of cybersecurity, right?
Mm-hmm.
What skills do you have that you can bring to the table, and also what certifications do you have that align with what I'm looking for? Let's say for the job you're trying to apply for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, for my personal experience, I got a bachelor's degree that was like too wide. I learned about pretty much everything in IT. The bad thing about it was that it wasn't that deep, if you know what I mean. So it was a bit superficial in every aspect and subject that we studied. But it gave me like this broad scope for me to pick and choose whatever I want to do in the future. So I had a subject that was about computer security, and that subject was actually one of the main reasons I was like, oh, so security is actually pretty interesting. And then I ended up going for the master's degree and got my first opportunity in cybersecurity, but I was already working for 2 years as a quality assurance automation guy. So I had that experience with the dev teams, and I knew what an architecture was and the importance of having good software and how to secure those pipelines and stuff like that. So having that prior experience really helped me as well. So I would say that the degree didn't help me that much, but what helped me the most was me knowing what I wanted to do and then going from there, picking and choosing, like you were saying, okay, so if I want to be a pen tester, I have to go for these certifications that align with these job descriptions. So once again, I think the answer to that question is also, it depends, once again, on what you want to do.
I mean, for me, like when I got my bachelor's in cybersecurity, all my classes I took were all policy courses.
Wow.
So like I was writing like NIST frameworks, rewriting risk assessment programs, rewriting pen test reports. Like, so it was like the entire degree was like all technical writing that I did.
Yeah.
I never really did anything technical that they offered until later down the line when I was just about to graduate in my last semester. It was funny because it was really, for me, for cybersecurity, like when I was getting my degree, I really learned a lot more from the club that I was a part of and the cyber team that I was part of that they had at the college. And I really got to learn more from the experts that were there. And I also got to find people that really like had an interest in like the stuff that I wanted to do, and also like stuff they wanted to do in cyber. So we would all get together and we would go to security conferences. And I remember one of the conferences I went to was B-Sides Charm in, I think I want to say 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And there was a lady that did like a 45-minute talk on B-Sides about cybersecurity policy. And she covered everything that I went through in my whole degree in like 45 minutes.
Wow.
And there were students that I classed with, and myself, we all walked out and we were just like so pissed off. We were so frustrated, not at the speaker, but like at ourselves, because we're like, this is our college. Our college taught us all this for like 2.5 semesters, and she just summed it up in 45 minutes.
Well, that's really funny.
So like having the paper, like I said in the end of word, it's great, right? But as long as it helps you define what career you want to have or what specific passion you want, the big thing of the outcome of you trying to get into the field of cyber is find something that you're interested in, look at what skills they want you to have, understand what certifications you need to get, right? And start trying to make a plan to get those things so that when you're done with your degree, you have the opportunity to start applying, or even apply when you're close to finishing your degree is what I recommend.
Yeah, absolutely. Just create your own path. Like there's no right answer, no one path fits all. And that's something that I always try to give people that ask for advice. I always try to give them options, and then like pick whatever you think works best for you. And if you made a mistake, well, that's life.
Yep.
That's part of the journey. So yeah,
it is.